Good morning, everyone. We are going to start our day with our reading interactive notebook. So if you would grab your reading interactive notebook, your little plastic folder, and I believe you're going to need scissors and glue and something to write with. I'll meet you over there while you get your things ready. All right. So today we are going to work in our reading section of our notebook. So this one, reading back here. So we're going to need our envelope. We're going to open that up. Look for the character trait page. And we're going to take off the one that says Sweet Tooth. And put this one back. Okay. And then let's go ahead and cut out our story. Okay. Might have a staple in it. Let's pull that out of there. Okay. So that one's all cut out. And then let's cut this one out just so that we're all done cutting. Okay, so I've got the outside cut. I'm going to throw these pages away. We're going to cut up the middle to that line and stop. Okay, we're going to turn it. We're just going to cut till we get to this part right here. We're not going to cut past that. Okay, then we're going to flip it over. Okay, and I'll go with my scissors. Just to the side here. All right, we're going to open up reading. And then we've already done one story and then this page. So let's turn it over. And we're going to glue in this story. So all glued down. Okay, and now we're going to take this guy. And this one, it's kind of hard because it moves around, but we're just going to go one piece of glue up this way. Then we're going to go across. Oopsie. Get it straightened out here. Across, across, across. And then down. Okay. All right. So go ahead and get all of that glued in. You have all these little windows. We're going to be writing underneath here in just a few minutes. Go ahead and get that glued in, and I will wait for just a few. All right, let's go to our story called Sweet Tooth. So remember, we're talking about character traits. So it says, you can follow along in your book, Claire and her grandma were checking out at the department store. Grandma whispered into Claire's ear the words she'd been waiting to hear all day. I think we should treat ourselves to Sprinkles Bakery this afternoon. A smile spread across Claire's face. Her parents had strict rules about desserts, but Claire was positive that she had a sweet tooth, just like her grandma. They both looked forward to their trips to Sprinkles Bakery to drool over the tempting choices. Once inside the shop, Claire was delighted by the smells and sights of cookies, brownies, and cupcakes. Her eyes scanned from one yummy treat to another. As soon as Claire made up her mind to pick a cookie with fluffy pink frosting, she was distracted by a gooey cinnamon roll. Oh, how could she choose? Which one are you thinking of getting? Her grandma asked. I can't decide, Claire admitted. Me neither, said her grandma. How about we each pick one item and share? Claire thought this was a brilliant idea. I would like the cherry cream cupcake, she told the baker. I'll take a caramel nut square, ordered her grandma. The baker placed the treats in a box and asked if he could add anything else. Claire and her grandma gave one last hesitant glance at the rows of desserts. We'll take one chocolate chip cookie, they exclaimed at the same time. All right. Wait, this makes me want to go to the Sprinkles Bakery. Number 1, which word would best describe Claire? Okay, is she lonely, honest, sneaky, or indecisive? Which one would you say? Maybe indecisive because she couldn't decide. Up here, she couldn't decide what to get. Number 2, which word used in the text supports this character trait? Was it frosting, hesitant, delighted, baker? Which word used in the text supports this character trait? Hesitant, I think, would be. She was hesitant to pick one thing. Be hard for me, too, because I had one at all. Number 3, how is Claire like her grandma? Okay, we're going to write a complete sentence. Claire is, oh, I spelled her name wrong. Claire. Oh, goodness, kids. Claire is like her grandma because they both have a sweet tooth for baked goodies. All right, that's my answer. You can write however you would like to. Claire is like her grandma because they both have a sweet tooth for baked goodies. They both love those kinds of things. All right, once you're finished with that one, we're going to go to our character traits page. So if you still need to write, go ahead and just pause. And then when you're done, come on over here to the character trait page. It says character traits, adjectives that describe a character's personality and not what they look like. So honest, what does it mean to be honest? To tell only the truth, right? That's to be honest. What does it mean to be brave? Not afraid to do something hard or scary. Now, scary, I mean by, like for me, I feel like I'm brave if I can get rid of a spider, because to me that's scary. And when I'm brave and can take care of it, then I'm very proud of myself. All right, so make sure you get these 2 definitions down. To tell only the truth, not afraid to do something hard or scary. What would clever mean? Clever. Able to find new ways to solve a problem. Okay, so you might have a problem and they might find a new way to solve that problem. So they're very clever. Okay, so first we have to tell only the truth. That's for honesty. Not afraid to do something hard or scary. That's brave. Able to find new ways to solve a problem is clever. And now we're going to go to rude. Okay. Showing no respect or kindness. Okay. When you are rude, you are showing no respect or kindness to others. Okay. Now we're going to go to greedy. Greedy means expecting or taking more than is needed or allowed. That's being greedy, isn't it? When you take more than is needed or allowed. Go ahead and pause if you need to. Then when you get back, we're going to go to responsible. Doing whatever needs to be done. Okay, so that's being responsible, doing whatever needs to be done. So if you're doing all of your schoolwork, you're being responsible. If you are picking up your mess that you've made without being asked, that's showing great responsibility. All right, so that's this side. Honesty, to tell only the truth. Brave, not afraid to do something hard or scary. Clever, able to find new ways to solve a problem. Rude, showing no respect or kindness. Greedy, expecting or taking more than is needed or allowed. And responsible means doing whatever needs to be done. Okay, we're going to go to the next side. Actually, I'm probably just going to leave that open so it'll be easier. Lonely. Okay, that is feeling alone or forgotten. Might feel lonely if you feel, you might be lonely if you feel alone or you feel like you've been forgotten. That's a lonely feeling. Busy. Busy means actively doing a lot of things. That means you're busy. If you're actively doing a lot of things, you're busy. Okay, athletic. That should be being able to do physical. That means like, oh goodness, guys, I'm misspelling everything today. Being able to do physical things well. Okay, physical things means like your body. So if you are athletic, you are able to do things that are physical. You're able to do them well. The next one is curious. Curious means having an interest or question about things. Well, I had to tighten that in there. Having an interest or a question about things means that you're curious. Okay. Lazy means having no energy to do what needs to be done. Separate those. Having no energy to do what needs to be done. This is being lazy. That's one way. I mean, there could be more than that. Okay. Shy. Being nervous around others. Okay, so you're being nervous around others. I mean, there could be a better definition than that, but I guess that'll be good enough for that space right there. All right, so let's go back. Okay, let's close all of our little windows. We're talking about character traits. So when we're writing a story, these are things that you need to think about for your characters. So one thing, maybe honest. Is there a character that tells only the truth? Is there someone that's lonely, someone who feels alone or feels forgotten? Could we write a story about someone who is brave, someone who's not afraid to do something hard or scary? Could we write a story about someone who's busy? They're actively doing a lot of things. Could we write a story about someone who's clever, able to find new ways to solve a problem? Or someone who's athletic, they're being able to do physical things well. Okay? Could we write a story about someone who's rude, someone showing no respect or kindness? Could we write a story about someone who's curious, that they have an interest or a question about things? We could write a story about someone who is greedy. They expect or take more than they're allowed or need. Lazy, having no energy to do what needs to be done. Responsible, doing whatever needs to be done. And last, shy, being nervous around others. So much so that you can't even talk sometimes or don't want to look. All right, so those are the two things that you need to have done in your book. Make sure you have them finished so that when we go back to school, you won't have to play catch up to get all of that stuff put into your book. All right? All right, guys, I will see you over in our morning work. All right, thank you. You'll need your morning workbook and something to write with. I'll see you there.